They are to broadcast the last day's video feed to Valeria for relay to your father. At least someone will know what happened. Her eyes grew as big as a supernova. Do you really think we might not make it? He shrugged his shoulders. I don't know. We might, but I think it's important that someone know. She nodded reluctantly. He could tell she wasn't too happy about the idea of her father watching her get blown out of space. But what choice did he have in the matter? No one else in the galaxy gave a damn. Listen, Logan, I need you to do me a favor. He pulled his scrutiny away from the screen to look at her. She was worried, he realized. Obviously, the way her pretty white teeth pulled at the corner of her lips was a dead giveaway. But there was something more. I have something, she said, as she stared down at her hands. Something I didn't tell you about. Okay, he said slowly, while his pulse rate jumped. I hid it in my room under my clothes. Top drawer on the right. A data disk. Okay, he said again. Gestured slowly. She smiled weakly and said, it is a report. The report I used to convince my father that someone was trying to impact the Empire's decision about the two planets, Monklake and Pyre. Logan narrowed his eyes as he tried to understand. What was this all about? And why tell him now? But he kept his mouth shut and waited. If anything happens to me, Kaylee said, make sure the report gets to the Empire, the Foreign Office. Nothing is going to happen to you, Kaylee, Logan said, trying to reassure her. Besides, if it did, I will already be dead. Don't say that, she gasped. And you don't know. I just didn't want there to be any more secrets between us. Please, promise me you will get the report to the Empire. He studied her for a long moment, then nodded his head. Yes, all right. If it will make you feel better, I will do what you want. She sighed heavily as her shoulders slumped with relief. I think there might be evidence in the report of a possible coup against the Emperor himself. My father didn't agree, but I think I might be right. They need to get that information as soon as possible. Again, Logan slowly nodded his head, but it really didn't matter. As he had said earlier, he would die before he let anything happen to this woman. There really was no other option. The two of them sat there in silence for quite a while, as they watched the distance to the trailing ship get smaller and smaller. There wasn't a thing he could do about it. The princess was maxed out. In fact, they were probably pushing things a little more than they should. Suddenly, the speaker crackled as the AI came online.
A change in target.
It said, as if it was announcing the arrival of the morning train.
The vessel has divided. It is now 2 vessels, not 1.
What? Kaylee said as she leaned forward. Damn! Logan muttered as he shook his head. They must have been in tight and lined up exactly right to deceive us. What does that mean? He shrugged his shoulders. We will see. It doesn't really change things that much. 1 ship probably would have been enough. It just means they get to double their odds. The look of pure worry and fear on her face tore at his heart. The A6127 came online again.
Be advised, as per normal operating procedures, I am slowing this vessel as we make preparations to enter the next wormhole.
Logan's gut fell away. He should have realized. Kaylee shot him a look of disbelief. She obviously waited for him to countermand the procedure. I can't, he said to her. I have to let the ship slow down. Her brow narrowed in confusion. Why? Because, he said, it's like threading a needle. It is hard enough at normal speed. We've been maxed out for hours, too fast, and course corrections have become too little, too late. The chance of us missing increased dramatically, and if we miss, it will take 2 days to come back into position. All the time, being chased by those other ships. She slowly nodded in acceptance, then said, won't they have to slow down also? Yes, but with their power, they can do it in half the time distance. I'm sorry, but by the time we get to the wormhole, they might be within range for their weapons. It might be just the other side of the wormhole, or just before we get there. I don't know yet. She frowned. It has taken us so long. I just wish it was over. He laughed. Welcome to deep space, he said. Everything takes forever. The two of them continued to sit quietly as they approached the wormhole. It looks like it will be on the other side, he said at last. Kaylee nodded but didn't say another word. He had to do something. Something to slow those ships down. They only had 2 more jumps to make. One more intermittent, then the one into Taurus space. He was pretty confident the ships wouldn't follow him into Taurus. There was enough Navy station there to turn a full-size planet into an asteroid field. So 2 jumps, 2.5 days, according to his readings, and that was at best possible speed. They had to do something. He had the ship's weapon system, the same system that had been used against the Volterra, a plasma cannon. Great for in close, but not too good at any distance. Sighing, he racked his brain for an idea. Then, like a light coming on in a darkened room, it came to him, a way that might work. Jumping from his chair, he rushed from the bridge. "Stay here," he said over his shoulder. "If anything changes, let me know. I'll be right back." He didn't turn to see if she had registered his instructions. If this had any chance of success, he had to hurry. Starting at the engine room, he gathered every tool, non-critical spare part, and anything that looked like it might be dangerous. Pulling the items into the airlock, he made a pass through each cabin until the airlock was crammed with items. This would only work once. There was no need to skimp on items. Once he had the things in place, he walked back to the bridge, his mind frantically trying to work out the best time to execute his plan. "We are almost at the wormhole," Kaylee said as her voice echoed down the passageway. "A6127, he said as he stepped on the bridge. "On my word, execute. Adjust our bearings so that the aft starboard quarter is lined up with the wormhole exit. Drop the gravity field, then blow the outer door to the airlock." Kaylee frowned and started to ask him what he was doing.
Do you mean open?
The computer asked. "No," he answered. "I mean blow. I want it blown off its hinges."
Acknowledge,
the computer said. "Logan?" Kaylee asked. Her shocked expression made him smile, but he didn't have time to answer her. Instead, he focused everything he had on the screen and the approaching wormhole. How long between the time he said the word and the event would occur? He wondered. If he had waited too long, it wouldn't work. Too early, and he'd miss. Holding his breath, he waited. The graphical representation of the wormhole grew bigger and larger on the screen. This had to work, he thought. Or at least slow them down. It might be their only chance. Kaylee studied him closely. It was obviously taking every bit of her willpower not to ask him what he was doing. Logan watched the screen. Almost there. At last, as the nose of the ship entered the circle, the star field around them disappeared, replaced almost instantly with a new star field. He let out a long breath and said, "Execute." The brand new star field twisted on the ship as the ship turned on its axis. As the field became stable, their gravity fell away. Logan's stomach lurched, and he had to bite down to maintain control of his lunch. Just as he locked his knees under the seat of his chair, a loud explosion vibrated through the ship. The entire ship rocked back and forth. Without any gravity field, the ship moved around them. The lights flickered as the gravity generator fought to bring the gravity field back into alignment. At last, the ship stopped shivering, and Logan settled back into his chair. Slowly, the star field shifted again, as the computer brought the ship back onto its original course. Gripping the armrest of the chair, Logan searched the screen. At first, there was no sign, nothing to show whether he had accomplished anything. Then, at last, a couple of blips appeared on the screen behind them. What was important were the hundreds of things that did not appear, too small to show up on the system readouts, at least this far out. "Yes," he said as he pumped his arm back and forth. "Can you tell me now?" Kaylee asked. He smiled. "I just left a little present for our friends." Her brow narrowed in confusion. "You filled the airlock with things? Then dump them in the path of those other ships? Won't they be traveling at the same speed? Logan shook his head. The items I left will be at a constant speed. I dropped them at our slowest speed, and the decompression will have slowed their momentum even more.
Kill confirmed. Hunt down the enemy and destroy them.
Enemy at the woods.
I'm with you. We've pulled ahead.
Right behind you.
Target down!
Grenade out!
Enemy at the cargo container. Our enemy has the lead.
Firing, still firing.
Enemy at the woods. Check your fire. We've got control. Kill confirmed. You've lost the lead. Got to reload. Enemy UAV overhead.
Detonation is good. Missiles up.
Enemy at the boiler.
It is acquired. Stand by.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Dropping flare. DZ mark.
Enemy at the showers.
Grenade out!
Enemy at the woods.
Position.
Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed.
Reloading!
Friendly UAV online. Enemy at the cargo container.
Throwing grenade! Will you shoot?
Enemy at the shipping area.
They have me sighted!
Enemy at the warehouse.
Firing.
Enemy UAV overhead. Kill confirmed.
That's too close to...
Enemy's halfway there. Step it up.
Throwing smoke!
Let's run.
Reloading! With you.
The enemy at the train tracks.
Here, I'm hit!
Enemy at the mine truck.
Contact!
Enemy care package inbound.
Reloading. Stand by.
Enemy
Grenade
at the
out!
cargo container.
Allied cruise missile away.
Target is acquired.
Friendly UAV online. Enemy cluster strike incoming. Take cover.
Enemy at the back alley.
Throwing grenade!
Allied cruise missile away. Friendly UAV online. Kill confirmed.
Enemy at the shipping area.
4-1, you got enemies.
Less than a minute. Time is running low. Get moving.